Gentlemen, my name is Dave Johnson. I am a fragrance critic, reviewer, and entertainer on the Fragrance channel on YouTube and website Fragrance Bros. I believe that all men want to smell not bad. Many men want to smell good, and some men want to smell great. And it is my goal to get as many men as I can to go from smelling good to great. Now, most of my life, I have lived in the first two categories. If I wore a fragrance at all, it was only on a special occasion, and it was because I got it from a Christmas present from my mom or a loved one. Most of my life, I viewed fragrance as an afterthought. I was into fragrance in a casual way, but thought it was just okay. Because of that, I was pretty forgettable, and little did I realize that I was wearing the fragrance equivalent of socks and sandals. It seems to me that many men overlook fragrance as an essential part of their style, their composure, their dress. But those who get it understand that you not only dress with your eyes, you dress with your nose. Years ago, my fragrance journey started with a girl. I wanted to impress a girl, a valid starting point, and I think many men are in this category as well. This is the point in which I realized that fragrance should be intentional. So I went to the fragrance store, went to the fragrance counters, and I was overwhelmed by the sheer number of fragrances, the number of genres, and each fragrance was advertised by the latest actor du jour. After trying many fragrances, spending a lot of time with scent on an intentional level, I had an idea. What about YouTube? Are there people out there reviewing fragrances? And there were. There were a few of them at the time, and it was kind of not great quality, and it was one person giving their one opinion. At that time, I came up with the idea, Fragrance Bros. Two people casually discussing the topic like two friends often do. It became a casual way to discuss fragrances that is informational and entertaining with humor involved. Now I have over 500 videos on scent, and the rest is history. But enough about me. Let's talk about you and how you smell. How do you smell? And let me ask you something. How many of you have at least one fragrance? And how many of you wear it every single day? And Axe doesn't count. If my assumptions are correct, many of you consider cologne as an afterthought. Something like 75% of men don't wear a fragrance at all. But why is that? Many of these same men won't bat an eye to mind the details such as a pocket square, their hair products, their skin, socks, and other details about style. But somewhere down the line, we have pushed aside fragrance as something as niche, as something as unnecessary. But cool, I guess, if you're into it. Now, I have two kids. They're 3 and 4. And because of that, I go to a lot of birthday parties for kids around their age. At one of these parties, I was talking to a dad. He's a friend of a friend. I see him at a lot of these parties. As we talked about what each other does for a living. He's a lawyer, and he talked about that some. I'm a fragrance reviewer, and I talk about what I do. Oh, really? Yeah, I have a bottle of such and such generic fragrance that I wear occasionally, and I hear that story all the time. All the time. They think my fascination with fragrance as other, and they only wear it on occasion, if at all. But after the party, I really started to think about it. This guy is a lawyer. He's required to dress nicely, and it is advantageous in his career to dress his best. So why does he think that something as essential to style as someone's smell isn't important? And what I want to convey to every man is that scent is not a superfluous affectation. It is an essential part of your style that sends a message to someone. Fragrance is a powerful way to not only feel good about yourself, but to communicate to others that you are in command of your life. Scent is in everything. Besides just being in colognes and perfume, scent is in the lotions that you have, your toothpaste, your mints, your laundry detergent, your fabric softeners, soaps, hair products, candles, makeup, air fresheners. It's in bathrooms, hotels, casinos, restaurants. There's even a career of people who are hired to scent buildings. Even unscented products have a light fragrance to them. And the food that you eat, it is meticulously crafted to not only taste good, but to smell good as well. The business of scenting things on purpose is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and without scent in these things, our lives would seem less vibrant. A perfumer was once asked, "What would life be without scent?" His reply was succinct and powerful, like a world in black and white. We all recognize the power that scent has in the animal world. If we have pets, we see our pets navigate the world through their nose. We see videos of predators chasing their prey with their nose or finding a mate with their nose. But for us humans, scent seems more like an afterthought. Sure, we can recognize that something smells good or bad, but we live our life unfazed by the scents that assail us day in and day out. Now, I bet that if you were to rate your senses, my guess is that many people would rate scent at the very bottom of that scale. But research has shown it's the exact opposite. Our sense of smell is very important. Research has shown that scent can improve our moods, our libido, our perception. It helps with memory retention, alertness. It can make us emotional. It can awaken lost memories. It can help us bond with our loved ones. It helps with memory retention, and it helps with memory retention. Research has shown that anosmia, or lack of the sense of smell, has been linked to depression and suicide, and suggests that smell can even aid against depression. And of course, there's the sense of taste that we all like. Without retronasal olfaction, taste wouldn't work at all. We love scent, and many times we aren't even conscious of our love for scent. Scent is unique to the senses because it triggers memories and emotions more powerfully than any other sense. You can show me pictures of my vacation trip with my wife in Greece, and I'll feel a vague, detached fondness that a picture can bring. But if you let me smell the scent of fig leaves or cooking gyro meat, I will instantly be in Greece. I'm sure this has happened to you. You smell the food your mama is cooking and you're instantly taken back in time to good memories relaxing on Sundays. Or maybe you smell gardenias and you're whisked away to the moment in time where you broke your grandmother's vase. Or maybe a room candle reminds you of that time that you punched your brother in the nose for calling you a butt face. Or maybe a random perfume wafts by and reminds you of your first kiss or your previous lover. These memories are powerful, and they're unique to scent. And these scent memories happen almost exclusively on accident. There's something about the sense of smell that immortalizes a moment in time in our hearts. Now, I'm obviously not a doctor, I'm not a researcher, I'm not a biologist, I'm not a specialist in any field regarding the human body. So here is a pedestrian way that scent works. Scent molecules go through your nose, they hit receptors on your olfactive nerve, and that receptor shoots a signal to your brain in a region called the amygdala. Now, the amygdala is an extremely ancient part of our brain, and it's linked to our emotional responses. And that's one reason why scent memories are so powerful. They literally touch our emotions. But with all that being said, what does this mean to you? What does this mean to your personal style? For many of you, this is already starting to click. If we're mindful about the visual details of our style, we should also be mindful of other details, like scent. Think of scent like an invisible accessory. It's an instant upgrade to your fashion and your style. And that accessory sends people a message. And what that message is depends upon your knowledge of scent and how you use it. Now, the first thing that fragrance does is it increases our confidence. There's obviously the compliment factor here, and that's not really what I'm talking about, but that also increases our confidence. When you smell good and someone says you smell good, that is a boost to the confidence right there. But what I'm really talking about here is that when you smell good, you feel good about yourself. You can be the best dressed person in the room, but if you smell bad, your confidence goes down the toilet. Now imagine yourself in that same situation, dressed to the nines, but you're wearing the perfect scent. It matches your occasion wonderfully. It fits the season beautifully. And you know you are the best smelling man in the room. Now you have an edge. And it doesn't even matter if other people smell you. You do, and you know. Today, I believe that I am the best smelling man in the room. And it doesn't even matter if it is objectively true or not. I believe it, and I am confident in that. The second thing it can do is it can help you with ladies. I get this question asked all the time. What's the best scent for ladies? What's the best panty dropper or whatever? There is no smoking gun. There is no panty dropper. But I still think it's a valid question. And I do think it's good that we are asking the question, how can I impress a woman? Women are different. They use more of their amygdalas than men do. They are more connected. They are more prone to be emotional. And that's one of their strong points. Because of that, they are more in tune with their sense of smell than men are. And we already know this. Perfume for women is enormous. And women already get it. They use perfume for their daily routine every day. So when we as men wear a fragrance, it's important what we wear and how we wear it. And it's also important that we wear it for the right reasons. No woman is stupid. No woman is gullible. No woman is going to be seduced by a stupid scent. But when you wear a fragrance, you can give her the message, I care about the details that you're caring about. And I think that's the right message to send to a woman. But there have been studies to show what scents are more arousing in men and women. They found that one such mixture for women was a mixture of licorice and cucumber. And no, that scent does not exist. Are you kidding me? Etiquette is also important. And I don't just mean how many sprays of fragrance that you wear, though that is important. What I mean is how you wear the scent in the right setting. I think probably all of you don't like to smell bad. And when you do, you wash yourself. That's because our culture has determined that one smell is good, another smell is bad. One smell is socially acceptable, another smell is not. With clothing, there are certain clothes that are more appropriate for certain occasions. You wouldn't wear a three-piece suit, go to the middle of the beach in the summer, and just sit down in the sand. Likewise, you wouldn't go to a black tie event in a swimsuit. Doing so would make you look like an idiot, or at worst, someone who is disrespectful of others. When you wear a fragrance that is appropriate for the occasion and the season, you send people the message that you are mindful of the details, that you are in control of your life. It also sends a message that you're respectful of others, that you're not just thinking about yourself. There are men that we look up to as paragons of style. When I ask who is a timeless representative of style, we think of James Dean, James Bond, Cary Grant, Clint Eastwood, Frank Sinatra, probably many, many others. But what you might not know is that these men all wore scents that are iconic. These men knew the details, and they made lasting impressions around the people around them. You could see pictures of them and have a vague fondness, detached fondness that you might appreciate from their style. But what if you were there in their presence and you smelled them? You were impacted by the smell of their persona. That is completely a different thing. And the last point that I want to make is that we can make scent memories on purpose. We make these scent memories all the time, and they're almost always on accident, but we can use this effect to our benefit and our advantage, and we can do it on purpose. I have a wife and 2 kids, and when my kids were born, I deliberately wanted to make lasting scent memories of the times of their birth. My oldest, 4, he was born in January, so for him, I wore a winter-appropriate scent, Original Santal. Also happens to be one of my wife's favorites. Original Santal is a beautiful cinnamon sandalwood scent. It's really, really great. My daughter, who is turning 3 this year, was born in April, and for her I wore a spring scent called Un Jardin sur le Nil by Hermès, which is a beautiful green mango scent inspired by a garden on the Nile. Now I obviously have pictures of them as babies, and I obviously was there, but now I have 2 scent memories of each of them. And every time I smell these scents, I'm instantly taken back in time to remember those moments of their births. How precious are these memories? They're immortalized in my heart forever. And now, if I want to go remember their birth and be there, I can go back and smell these scents. And you can do this with any scent. Wear a scent for a prolonged period of time and you become unconsciously, emotionally attached to it. Stop wearing it for a time, come back to it, smell it, and you'll be transported back in time to the time when you wore it. That is powerful. Often when I talk about what I do, people don't get it. They miss the vision of what I'm doing. They miss the message and intention. Like that lawyer friend that I talked to, they might think that what I do is unimportant. In the show Mad Men, the main character, Don Draper, has a talk with Peggy, a woman on his team. Peggy misunderstood the vision of what they were trying to accomplish, and she told Don, "Sex sells," something that we hear all the time. So Draper said, "Says who? Just so you know, the people who say those things think that monkeys can do this. They take all that monkey crap, shove it in a briefcase, completely unaware that their success depends upon something more than their shoe shine. You are the product. You, feeling something, that's what sells." Fragrance is more than a guy and a girl on a poster doing the blue steel pose, trying to sexualize scent. Fragrance is your style. It's you feeling something. I want to show men that they can wear a scent that makes them feel like James Dean or Clint Eastwood. And then I want them to wear a scent that makes them feel like themselves. I want them to make memories with their scents and permanently afflict others with their personality. Scent takes us from Jim B to James Bond. and it immortalizes us in the hearts of other people. When we embrace scent as a part of who we are, we affect people and people respond. Here and now, we can influence people by our scent, make people notice us and make people feel who we are. And years from now, they will smell us and be transported back in time and be with us again. What an incredible, unseen, and unknown effect that we can purposely have with others. To be immortalized in the hearts of our loved ones and our friends and our colleagues, and to hand down our scent lineage to our families. What an incredible honor. Gentlemen, I don't want you to be forgotten. I want you to be remembered forever. And because of that, I want you to smell your best.